I was just thinking, I don't know if you guys do this, but I like to do this thing where I pressure myself into trying to figure out what the most best thing is for me to do next, what I'm supposed to be doing next, what I should be doing. Well, I just got a transmission. Everything is important. Every single little tiny thing is important. And every single little tiny thing is also not important at all. Sort of depends on who you are and who you ask and where you're at and what's going on and who's around you and your situation. So what's important is whatever you decide to make important. So in that way, I feel like we have a lot of freedom. And I'm always trying to figure out how to more deeply rid myself of that horrible word, should. It's not a very fun word. And how is anybody supposed to know what they should be? According to who? So if you're like me and you struggle to figure out what the hell you're supposed to be doing right now, what do you want to be doing? What would make your life interesting right now? What would make, I don't know, what would make things kind of fun right now? Do you ever do something just because you want to? I rarely do. Well, these days I do more, but it used to be a big struggle. You know, what I wanted to do that seemed like such an indulgence. Well, what else are you gonna do? I mean, maybe you have to do the dishes. I don't know. I have dishes I have to do in there. It hasn't been quite the right time yet, you know? I've been allowing myself to just wait for the right time to do the dishes, to do laundry, to clean, because I hate cleaning. It's not my favorite. But I love to have a tidy home. But now I just wait for a time when it feels like I'm gonna do it, you know? I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna do the dishes right now. And then I just do it. No more of this like, I have to do the dishes today. I really don't want to do the dishes today. Because then guess what? You're doing the dishes all day. You're thinking about the dishes all day. The dishes are taking up your whole day. It's counterproductive, man. You don't have to do that. And we worry that, like, oh, well, if I'm left to my own devices, I'm never gonna do the dishes. Yeah, you are. Eventually, you're gonna need a fork or a bowl. You're gonna be out of bowls. How are you gonna drink your coffee if you don't do the dishes? You're gonna have to do the dishes. It's just gonna happen one day. But one of the reasons why doing the dishes is such a horrible chore is because instead of just doing the dishes once for 10 minutes, you do the dishes all day. Because you keep thinking about how much you don't want to do the dishes. Oh my God, I really don't want to do the dishes. Wow, there's so many dishes in the sink. Oh, I don't want to do all day you say that? You talk about it in your head, how much you don't want to do. You're just thinking about dishes. Well, if you don't want to do the dishes and you're not going to do the dishes, you might as well do something fun. instead of beating yourself up about doing the dishes. Give it a try sometime. If you don't believe me, if you don't trust, what's one, just do it for like a week. Just say, all right, I'm not going to beat myself up about doing the dishes. I'm just going to wait for a time when I'm ready to do the dishes. And then I'm going to do them. And you'll be surprised to find that eventually that time comes around. And it's still not like you want to do them. You're not like, woohoo, dishes, this sounds like so much fun. No, you're like, all right, well, I'm in the kitchen right now anyway, and I have nothing to do. I'm kind of bored and whatever. I'll just do the dishes. Fine, whatever. And then you do them, and then you realize it only took like 10 minutes. You won't even have a whole dish, like a whole kitchen full. 20 minutes max. Well, I guess that's if you have a dishwasher. If you have to wash them all by hand, I mean, I guess, I don't know. I'm not talking to you, I guess. That's a chore. Go manifest a dishwasher. That's what you need, your first step. Anyway, all I'm saying is that we spend a lot of time thinking about, oh my God, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I have to do this. This is my list. Let's do that. I have to do that. I got to do this. I have to, if I don't harangue myself all day, if I don't make this list, if I don't check things off, I'm just never going to get this shit done. I challenge you. See, I always thought that. I really thought that. And I challenge you to give it a shot. See if that's true for you in your life. Even for a couple of days. I don't know. What's the worst that's going to happen is you're going to not clean. And you go that many days without cleaning anyway. So you might as well just do it in a way where you're like, I don't feel like it, so I'm not. I'm going to do something else. And then don't think about it. And just see what happens. See if you can, see if there's anything else going on in there other than, this person who needs to be nagged all the time. I mean, nobody likes to be nagged. You're nagging yourself all the time. That's a great way to get you to not want to do something for yourself. You have to think of yourself as your best friend and think, and I have to train myself about this. I still, I can be mean. And I think, man, would I ever say that to another person at all? Probably not. Would I nag somebody like this? Would I talk shit like this to somebody's face? No. Especially not someone I care about. It's just not nice. Anyway, I'd love to hear if you gave this a shot. And if it made a difference at all. Because I really think this is the kind of thing I used to really get bogged down by all the little chores I had to do. And I would spend a lot of energy thinking about these chores, but not actually doing the chores. And I realized that was making my life revolve around all these things I didn't want to do. And so if you feel like your life is, you're not getting anything done, and you wish you were doing stuff, but you're just not, you don't have the energy, well, see if you're not unintentionally using your energy to spend 3 days doing the dishes instead of an hour doing the dishes. Or 15 minutes, or however long, I don't know. And you can examine that for kind of anything in your life. Whatever it is that you're, dishes is my thing. I personally hate the dishes. I had an aunt who loved to do the dishes. I didn't inherit that gene, unfortunately. And that would have been nice. Anywho, thanks for listening. I'm the disreputable Reverend, Hannah Winters.